And we'll rest our hands on our knees, closing the eyes. So we find a bit of softness in the face, a relaxation of the jaw, allowing there to be some space between the teeth. A softening through the neck and shoulders. We keep the heart space broad and open. Noticing the axis of our body, the spine, our central channel, nice and tall and strong. The structure of the ribs. Our pelvis. And finally, grounded through the sits bones and the legs. We take a moment to fully immerse ourselves in what we are experiencing. The breath entering and leaving the body. The heartbeat beating at its own rhythm. Any sounds around you that you might be hearing. The temperature of your room. Keeping and cultivating this present moment awareness. We all know that we can't control what happens outside, but we can control what's happening in the body at this moment, in the mind. Allowing the breath to deepen. Feeling the full rise and fall of the chest, the side body, and even the back body with our inhale. And then the contraction of all that towards the center of your being with the exhale. Maybe you engage your Ujjayi breath. With our next inhale, we'll sweep the arms up to the sky. We'll bring our palms to touch and we'll exhale the hands to our heart space. With the backs of the hands against our breastbone. We pause to dedicate this practice. So that the energy we create through this practice can be shared with our local and global communities. With our inhale, we feel the heart rise against the backs of the thumbs. With the exhale, we seal this dedication. We can flutter the eyes open if you're going to be following along with the Spotify playlist. I'll be starting it right now. And with an inhale, we'll sweep the arms up to the sky. Again, and exhale, fold forward, remaining grounded through the sits bones. We just allow ourselves to find some length on the mat. We'll walk the hands back towards the shins. Switch up the cross of the legs so the opposite leg comes to the top or the opposite leg is in the front. We'll inhale, reach the arms up to the sky again, and exhale, fold forward again. So you may notice that your forward fold is a little bit different on this side. That's all right. Just a simple act of noticing, keeping yourself in the body, using this yoga practice as an opportunity to learn a little bit more about your physical and emotional states. We'll walk the hands back towards the shins again, and let's roll over to all fours. So our simple cat and cow here. Head and tailbone lift with an inhale. Exhale, we round. Some of you may like to bend the elbows as you transition between the inhales and the exhales. We'll return to our neutral spine, and let's pause here to open up some space in the back side of the body behind the scapula. So the right arm will reach out, and we'll thread the needle through, dropping the right shoulder and the right cheek to the mat. The hips will stay lifted. Left arm can reach forward. Some of you may like to reach across the low back. Some of you may like to challenge the balance and lift your right or your left leg up towards the sky. We'll bring the left hand back down to the mat. We lifted our leg, we'll bring it down, and we'll come back to a tabletop position. Right arm can reach out, we can give it a little wiggle here. And begin to move the spine in a fluid motion, side to side, up and down, in circles. I think with everything that's going on in the world, we feel we're holding on to a bit of tense emotions, tense muscles. So really, I encourage you to move in the way that feels good for the body to help you to release that tension. We'll reach the left arm out and do the same thing on the opposite side, dropping our shoulder and cheek to the mat. We can slide our hand forward or reach across the low back. And maybe some of you would like to lift up the right leg. If we've lifted the leg, we'll bring it back. We'll bring our hand back to the mat, back to tabletop position. And again, just using this opportunity to move in the way that feels good for you. And from here, we'll spread the fingers wide and come into a downward facing dog. We pedal out the feet. Inhale, we'll roll forward to high plank pose. Draw our navel towards the spine. Strong in those shoulders. So there's always options. You can drop to the knees. Otherwise, we extend the heels back, crown of the head forward, and just feel the strength of your arms Feel the strength of your core supporting you. We'll exhale, downward facing dog. Lifting up the right leg, extending long. Exhale, knee to nose. And right foot in between the hands. We'll drop left knee down to the mat. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. So we're sinking into the hips here to feel opening in the left hip flexor. Drawing right hip back, arms up long. Bring the hands behind the head. And begin to drop the right elbow towards the right side of your mat, opening through the left side body. Big inhales into the left side ribs, left side hip flexors. Inhale, arms up. And we'll exhale the hands down to the mat, sit the hips back, right toes up towards the sky. Breathing into those hamstrings. Again, we'll find a bit of fluid motion with our spine here. So inhale, lengthen the spine, draw the chest forward. Exhale, round and deepen over the leg. Inhaling again, we straighten, strong. Exhale, we soften. One more time, inhale, long. Exhale, round. Bend into right knee, plant the hands to the mat, come back, tabletop position. Bend and elbows, drop down, knees, chest, chin. Keep the booty lifted on your way down, and then lower all the way down. Feet come out wide. Inhale, lift up, cobra pose. Exhale down. Feet can come together, hands underneath the shoulders, toes tuck, up to high plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll lift left leg up with an inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Left foot in between the hands, right knee to the mat. Inhale, sweep arms up to the sky. Again, we feel opening in the right hip flexors now. We'll clasp the hands behind the head, draw the low ribs in as much as you can, and then drop your left elbow towards the left side of the mat. Inhaling into right side body. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands down. Sit the hips back, left toes up towards the sky. So I neglected to mention on the opposite side, something underneath the hands could be supportive here if you don't have freakishly long arms like I do. We'll inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale, we'll round over the leg. 2 more times, just like that. Inhaling long, exhaling, deepening. Lengthen out long. Exhale. Inhale, we move forward, plant the hands under the shoulders. Again, come back, tabletop position. Bend into the elbows. Count of 5 here, lowering down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way down. Legs out wide. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, down. Inhale, either to tabletop and downward facing dog, or to high plank and downward facing dog. And from here, let's take a nice slow walk to the space in between our hands, hanging out in forward fold. You can grab opposite elbows, sway side to side. Bend into the knees, slow roll up. Head is heavy, shoulders feel heavy. We feel the vertebrae stack on top of each other until eventually we're coming to standing. Roll the shoulders up and back. Arms resting alongside the body. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. And exhale, dive forward. Inhale with your half lift. Strong, long spine and core. Exhale, plant the hands, coming down, knees, chest, chin, or this time full chaturanga. Inhaling upward facing dog or cobra. And exhaling to our downward facing dog. Take a deep breath here. Bend into the knees. Lift up the heels. And exhale, make your way to the front of the mat. Either walk, hop, or float. Yogi's choice. Once you're there, give an inhale and a half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. Bring the palms to touch overhead. Exhale the hands to your heart space. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, that half lift. Exhale, plant hands, high plank to low plank. Broad heart space, upward facing dog. Long spine to downward facing dog. Press the hands deeply into the mat. Imagine that you have some sort of block in the middle of the mat, or there's a little bit of a bump there. And with your exhale, you're gonna hop over it, coming to the front of the mat. Nice. Inhale with a half lift. Exhale that forward fold. Inhale, we sweep up. Palms touch. And we come back to the heart space. From here, take one more sun A and move with your own breath at your own pace. And if sun A is not intuitive to you, or you're just learning it, then make it up as you go along, and we'll meet in a downward facing dog. Let's lift that right leg high to the sky. Exhale our knee to our nose. And right foot in between the hand. Planting it, back foot to the mat, or stays, the back heel stays lifted. We'll inhale, crescent lunge. So left heel is lifted, our right knee is over our right ankle. We're long in the side body, arms reach up. Getting some movement here. Inhale, lengthen out the right leg, reach up. Exhale, come back down. Drop that back knee. Lengthen out. Reach up. Come down. Bend back knee. Lengthen out. One more time. Reach up. Come back down. Bend back knee. Lengthen it out. From here, we'll exhale. Drop the chest. Right hip back in the socket, spine long, crown of the head reaches forward. Inhale, cactus the arms, slight back bend. So exhale, it's like we're going to fly, but we're not quite there. Inhale, we sweep up. Move with your own breath. Feel your strong right glute supporting you. You're allowing your shoulders some freedom of movement. With our next exhale, we'll pause, leaning forward. Clasp the hands behind you, backs of the hands towards the wall behind you. Strong right leg supporting you. Step forward. Chair pose. Weight in heels, toes light. Drop the chest towards the quads. Inhale, sweep it all up. Stand on the balls of the feet. Lift up your heels. Navel towards spine. Strong, tall, grounded, but rising. Exhale, hands to heart space. Find your grounding. Find the breath. Inhale, sweep arms up to the sky. And exhale, dive forward. Inhale with half lift. Exhale, we plant the hands and we move through our vinyasa of choice. Left leg will lift with an inhale. Exhale, knees to nose. Left foot in between the hands. Right heel stays lifted. We inhale, crescent lunge. So we know we're going to be doing some good work here with this leg forward, making sure we're grounded through the left foot. Right heel is extending back, arms up to the sky. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, drop down. Inhale, we drop back down and lengthen. Reach up, return to our lunge, drop back knee, lengthen back leg. One more time. Again, from here, we exhale, drop the chest, open the arms, long spinal column, chin slightly drawn towards our sternum. And then inhale, lift arms up. Maybe we cactus. If that doesn't feel good, find a variation that feels the best for your shoulders. Maybe you just keep the arms wide. We exhale, lean forward. We inhale, reach up and back. We pause with the exhale, reaching forward, clasping hands behind us again, backs of the hands, reach back. Stepping forward, chair pose. Weight in heels, toes light. Drop chest towards the quads. Big inhale, sweep up that energy. Stand on the tippy toes, lift up the heels, grounded. Lifting, drawing that energy up. Exhale, hands to heart space. Backs of the thumbs against the breastbone. Soften the jaw. Soften the shoulders. Soften the glutes. And check in. Fluttering the eyes open if we've closed them. We'll inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Strong half lift. Exhale, plant hands, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. We'll all meet in downward facing dog. Right leg lifts with an inhale. Knee to nose with the exhale. This time we plant the back foot in between the hands, back foot to the mat, warrior two position, and open up towards the long edge of the mat, warrior two. Strong arms out. Strong gaze out past the middle finger. Again, we're going to introduce a bit of movement here to our flow, helping us to break up any of that tense energy that we're holding inside. So with our exhale, we're going to bend into the left knee, bring the hands to the heart space, right toes lift. So you might not sit back very far. I won't. Others of you might be able to squat all the way down. With an inhale, we open up back to warrior two. So it's going to go like this. Exhale. Inhale. Again, moving with your own breath. Allowing this movement break up any of those bits of tension that you're finding in the hips, the heart, or the mind. We'll return to our warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Gaze can be up at the sky or down towards the right foot. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Stay low in your lunge with right knee over our right ankle. Bring your left arm up and place the backs of the hands pressing into each other. If that doesn't feel good, palms touch, or you just keep the arms, shoulders distance apart. Lengthen out, triangle pose, dropping right arm to the inside of the right leg, left arm up. Sweep the left arm down and around, pivot the right toes in towards the long edge of the mat, come to a wide-legged forward fold with the arms out wide. So sit bones, nice and energized towards the wall behind you. Crown of the head, energized towards the wall in front of you. Arms out towards either side. We bend into both knees. You may want to get your wings involved here. Feeling those deltoids fire up. With our next inhale, we'll bring the right toes back out. Open up wide, warrior two. Exhale, cartwheel hands to the mat. Move through your vinyasa of choice or press to downward facing dog. Lifting left leg with an inhale. Exhale, knee to nose, and left foot in between the hands. Warrior two, as we come up, grounded in the feet, back toes slightly turned in more than back heel. Strong in pelvis, strong in spine, strong in those arms. Again, we back off here, bringing hands to heart space. Maybe we sit down fully into the squat. Maybe it's just a little bit. Whatever feels good for you. And then to warrior two. Exhaling, sitting back. Inhaling to warrior two. Make sure those front toes lift up as you come back, helping you to get some sensation in the back of the left leg. We pause in warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle, reaching right arm up and over, lengthen side body, gaze to wherever is comfortable for you. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Right arm comes up, it can stay shoulders distance apart, backs of the hands touch or palms touch. Exhale, lengthen out left leg. And like you're diving into a pool sideways, open up the arms, keep chest and pelvis open towards the long edge of the mat. Finding our breath. Swing the right arm down and around, opening yourself up towards the long edge of the mat again. So the toes can be slightly pigeon-toed, long spine, strong core. Slight bend in the knees if that feels better for you. And then you can start to move side to side, moving the hands in a way that feels good to you. We'll pause in the middle, bring our hands to our hip bones. Inhale, lift up, slide back bend, bring the hips forward. And then inhale over the hip creases to wide-legged forward fold of your choice. Point left toes forward. We inhale to warrior two. Exhale, cartwheel, hands to mat. Plant the hands underneath the shoulders. Left leg comes back. Vinyasa or downward facing dog of your choice. We'll take an inhale to low belly. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale. And we'll exhale to a child's pose or a resting pose of your choice, water break. Remaining in the moment, no matter which option you've taken, we feel that heart rate in the chest. Focusing on the tip of the nose, noticing the traffic there with the inhales and the exhales. From here, we'll reach our arms out long and return to our downward facing dog. Bend into the knees, lift up the heels, and walk, hop, or float to the space in between the hands. Inhale to the half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend into the knees, and again, the head and neck are heavy as everything seems to come back, stacking on top of each other until we are at standing. Shoulders roll up and back. Arms rest alongside the body. Let's ground into the right foot. Grab the inside of the left foot, preparing for dancer pose. Right hand to heart space. From here, we can kick our foot back and begin to reach forward. Stepping back mindfully, we come to our warrior one. So right foot forward, left leg back, arms up to the sky. Clasping the hands behind us, backs of the hands towards the wall behind you. Exhale, drop the chest down to the inside of your right knee. Crown of the head extends towards the front edge of your mat. Draw the right hip back into the socket, ground the back side of the back foot. Inhale, sweep up, warrior one. Hands to heart space, launch into warrior three. So hands can be at heart space. Hands can come down to blocks, but we're gonna draw that knee in, left knee in, and extend the left leg out. The standing leg can have a slight bend in it. We feel our glutes supporting us. After that third time, come back to our warrior one, sweeping arms up to the sky. And step forward, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Bring into a forward fold, either Padangusthasana or Padahastasana, so the peace sign fingers can wrap around the big toes, or you can step on your hands, bringing the toes towards the wrist creases. Releasing the forward fold, bend into the knees, and again, we slowly roll it up. Shoulders roll up. We exhale, roll back. Arms rest alongside the body. We grow roots through the left leg and kick right foot into our hand. Left hand begins at the heart space. And we kick the foot back, reach the arm forward, dancer pose. Strong and standing leg, equally kicking out behind us and reaching forward. A slow, deliberate release of the leg back to warrior one. Arms up to the sky. Bent in the front knee, we clasp the hands behind us. Inhale, broaden the chest. Exhale, drop the chest. Humble warrior. Hip drawn in towards the midline. Rounded in the back leg. Crown of the head reaches forward. Inhale, sweep up. We bring hands to heart space. Round through our front foot. Launch into our warrior three. So here we'll begin to draw our right knee in. Some of us might want to place the hands on blocks or on a support, a chair, table, dog, whatever you have accessible to you. After that third one, we come back, we bend into the knee, we'll sweep the arms up, and we'll step our foot forward, coming to chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. So take the opposite choice of what you did last time. So if you grabbed your big toes, step on your hands. If you stepped on your hands, grab your big toes. Either way, to come deeper, you can bend the elbows, crown of the head extending to the mat, sit bones up to the sky. We'll release the hands out, coming to downward facing dog from here. And in our downward facing dog, we'll drop to our forearms. So coming to dolphin pose. Elbows to the mat, sit bones up to the sky. Navel towards the spine, press into the mat. For those of you who it's in your practice, you can begin to kick up, trying out your scorpion pose. For those who it's not in the practice, just keep pressing those forearms into the mat, finding the shoulders coming away from the ears, strong in the upper back, like you're drawing or wrapping the armpits towards each other. Take a big inhale, and exhale, let's drop to the knees. And we'll take a resting pose of our choice, child's pose, or maybe kneeling. Find the back of the backside body lifting towards the sky. Noticing all those things touching the ground with the exhale. And then the space above you with the inhale. And then noticing how you represent all those things in between. Grounded. And a bit of levity with that inhale. The shape of your body and the shape it makes right now on the mat. We'll come back to our downward facing dog from here. Lift right leg high. Exhale, knee in. Right foot in between the hands. And drop the left knee down to the mat. We're just gonna take a lounging lizard here. So right hand's down, or you can drop them to blocks. Some more options here. If it feels good to you, you can begin to roll your weight to the outer edge of your right foot, allowing the right knee to open up towards the right side. We'll ground the right foot to the mat. Plant the hands on either side of the right leg and return to our downward facing dog. Lift our left leg up and draw the left foot to the mat. We can ground the right knee. Both hands can be to the inside of the left foot, and the left knee can begin to open up towards the left side. Again, just allowing your body to make the shape that feels best for you at this moment. We'll begin to release that, drawing left foot to the inside of our feet. And this time, let's come back to a tabletop position. Hands to the mat, and begin to drop the hips to the mat, and then roll yourself back. So we're allowing ourselves to make really exaggerated movements here. And eventually we'll all come to laying on the belly, on the mat. We have some options here. We're going to come into upward facing bow pose. So you kick your feet into your hands. Maybe you grab the outside edge of the feet. Maybe you grab the ankles. With an inhale, you lift the chest, kicking the feet into the hands. Keeping the chest broad and the back of the neck long. Exhale, release it down. So you place your hands on the mat, the feet out wide. Maybe you move the knees, the feet side to side. We'll prepare for another one. So knees about hip distance apart, grabbing for the outside edge of the feet or your ankles. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Press the pubic bone into the mat. Inhale, lift the chest. Lift the legs as much as you can. Now, for some of you who want to play and explore and you have no one else around you, maybe you want to start to roll over to one side, over to the right side. I can't do that right now. And if you roll to one side, maybe you come back to the center and try it to the opposite side. If you rolled to the side, we'll come back to the center and all eventually come back to child's pose. Finding length in the back of the body. Finding release in the back, low back. Arms rest alongside the body so the fingertips reach back towards the heels, towards the wall behind you. Shoulders slump. We find space in the backside of the heart. Feeling it rise and fall. As though the upper body is melting over the bottom half of the body. Let's begin to lift the chest, and then we'll take a seat onto the mat. Okay, so we'll bring our right leg out and fold the left leg in towards the upper thigh. If you have a blanket available or support that you want to place underneath your sit bones, I invite you to do that. Otherwise, we'll begin to lean forward over our right leg. So from here, we'll have some options. You can stay here. You can grab the outside edge of your foot with your left hand. Right hand can come behind you. And maybe you begin to lift up the leg. Maybe you can lift up that back arm. Slowly setting it back down. Rolling over the leg one more time. Inhale, we release back up. And we'll switch up the legs. Left leg out, right leg folded in. Again, just a simple forward fold to begin. We notice a release in the hamstrings. So we can stay here. We can begin to reach our hand to the outside edge of the left foot, right hand to the outside edge of the left foot. Our free hand comes behind us, and maybe we begin to pick it up. If we picked it up, free arm can reach back. Slow setting it down. Roll over it, deepen over the leg. Inhale, roll up. Beautiful. We'll bring both feet out. Reach the arms forward, and we'll roll onto the back. So some of you might want to go super slow. Others of you might want to go a little faster than that. Otherwise, we'll all meet on the back. Once you're there, knees into chest and roll out the knees. Soles of the feet to the mat. Arms rest alongside the body. We're gonna lift the hips up, bridge pose. We feel opening in the whole front side of the body. If you have a block available, perhaps you want to place it underneath your sacrum for a supported bridge. Weight rolls in towards the big toes. If you're in supported bridge, you can stay there. If you're not in supported bridge, begin to release the hips down. Knees can come into the chest to release the low back. And we'll take one more option. So you can stay in supported bridge, take bridge, or if you want to work on your wheel pose, you ground your hands by the ears and lift up the hips. Releasing out of whichever option you've chosen. Soles of the feet remain on the mat. We cross the right ankle over the left thigh and draw the left knee into the chest. Hands to the back of the left thigh. Nice glute stretch here in the right glute. You can apply a little bit of pressure in the right thigh with the right elbow to help with that external rotation. Arms come out to a T, and we'll drop the right foot over towards the left side of the mat. You might want to shift your hips over towards the right a little bit more. You can cross the right leg all the way over. If this isn't feeling great for you, you can stack the right knee on top of the left knee, or even place a support in between the legs. Either way, we're in a spinal twist with the right knee over towards the left side of the room. Releasing this pose, coming back to the center. Soles of the feet on the mat, arms still out wide. Let's just move the knees side to side. Soles of the feet on the mat, we'll cross the left ankle over the right thigh, right knee into the chest, hands to the back of the right thigh. Keeping the back of the neck long and both sides of the waist even. Arms come out to a T. We can drop the right foot to the mat and the left foot over towards the right side for spinal twist again of our choice. All right, so we'll release the spinal twist. And at this time, I invite you to take any last poses you'd like to take that will help you to complete your practice. With your final pose of Shavasana awaiting you, in Shavasana, the legs can be out wide, the arms rest alongside the body, back of the neck stays long. Just as we did at the beginning of class, doing a check-in. Crown of the head to the soles of the feet. A softness in the skull, the muscles around the eyes, the cheeks, a bit of space in between the teeth. The tongue is rooted. We allow that softness to wander through the back of the neck, the jaw and shoulders. A softness in the heart space. Softness in the belly, still a nice strong structure supporting us through the spine and the ribs. Soften the space below the navel. From our hip bones to the knees. Our knees to our ankles. And finally, a relaxation of the feet through all of the toes. Our arms heavy, palms open. We allow the body to be supported. We take one last deep inhale to low belly. Exhale, we release into our final meditation. We'll begin to release or bring a bit of movement back into our physical body. Stretching out long with our inhale. We draw knees into chest with our exhale. And begin to roll to one side. Pressing ourselves up to an easy seat. We'll inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. We'll bring our palms to touch, and we'll exhale the hands to the heart space. Backs of the thumbs against the breastbone here. I'd like to do the sound of Om together. So take one last big inhale. Allowing that sacred sound to carry you through the rest of your day. And even though there may be the sound of silence in the home, allowing that sacred sound to hold you. Thank you for joining me in this practice. I appreciate your presence. I hope that you are well wherever you are. Namaste.